At this point in Spider-Man 3's casting, the only character that has not yet been confirmed is the one dude standing on the bridge screaming, "You mess with us, you mess with all of us," and Crane Dad, but in due time. Okay, so all jokes aside, there is quite a lot going on in Spider-Man 3 from Marvel Studios and Sony, so it's really gonna be not that surprising if we hear of more returns, cameos, and callbacks, and the latest report that is making the rounds after the pretty monumental announcements and confirmations we've had over the last couple of weeks is the fact that once again we will be seeing Green Goblin and the Sandman, and they will be the Sam Raimi versions played by Willem Dafoe and Thomas Hayden Church. Now, this would mean another two pretty big villains from Spider-Man's pantheon of villains, if you will, getting added to this third outing, which already seems like it has at least 48 characters as part of the main cast. Now, all joking aside, Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman was great. I mean, he literally looked just like the character, even though they took some liberties with making him, less of a henchman like he was in the comics and more of somebody that's more tied in with Spider-Man's destiny. That was alright, whether you love it or hate it, that's up to you. I found it very interesting that they retconned him into the Uncle Ben twist, which I guess I won't spoil here for people that haven't watched those that might before the new ones, and trust me, there is those people, I've heard from them, so I won't spoil it. And on the other hand, Green Goblin, that might explain maybe why they're holding Green Goblin off and have been from the MCU. Maybe they were planning this all along, so it's sort of like, hey, we don't have multiple Green Goblins, we got the Green Goblin, because we've done them twice already, so let's go to the one that's, the most known, let's be real. At this point, I won't even get mad if all this ends up being true, as the reports are saying, because again, it's a multiverse movie. It doesn't mean that they're gonna appear for an extensive amount of time or anything. We saw all the reports of Crisis on Infinite Earths, and people's minds started to be like, how are they going to make all of these cameos work? And some of the cameos were literally like, 30 seconds at max. So maybe that's what you get. We just don't know. But who really cares in the end? As long as the movie is good and, has a good time and pays tribute to what's come before from Spider-Man, which seems like that's what they're going for, I think we're in for a pretty good ride, and we shouldn't really get too worried about more additions. So how do you guys feel about this? The source is the Illuminati. They've been pretty on point, so I guess we just gotta wait and see. How would you guys feel if this turns out to be true, and who are you most excited about? For me, it's got to be Dafoe.